Yes, I am wearing fuzzy blue and pink striped gloves. It's 10 degrees out and this is what was available, don't judge me. The sun's probably glaring into the lens right now. I had planned to make this episode of Vlog Driver last night while driving back from taking the GREs. However, as I said in the last episode, the Columbus area was under a winter storm warning, which manifested itself fully that evening. Therefore, I chose not to drive back in the evening. I chose to drive back this morning instead. I stayed the night with very, very kind relatives. And now Vlog Driver is back in much better weather and much better driving conditions to tell you about the experience of taking the GREs. Except that I actually can't tell you about the experience of taking the GREs. I've been sworn to secrecy. They made me fill out a contract and sign my name and everything. So you all have to promise me not to tell anybody that I told you this. So anyone who's taken any kind of standardized test, ACT, SAT, Praxis, anything along those lines, you know that they take them very, very seriously. They take the GREs, if anything, more seriously. So first I should explain, I took the computer-based version of the test, which is better, actually, than the paper-based version of the test. And so you go in, and the test takes place in essentially a sealed room with all these computers. And you have to leave everything outside of the testing area. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Now I can understand them not wanting you to bring cell phones, pagers, electronic equipment, and all that kind of stuff in there, because, you know, you can use that to cheat. But no wallets, no keys, no change in your pocket, no excessive pocket lint. I'm surprised they let us wear clothes in there. And so I was checked in by the administrator, and by the way, the administrator I had was a really cool guy. I really liked him. I mean, most of the administrators, they just kind of rattle off the rules for you like they're reading from a script. You are not permitted to take any phone calls, eat any food, drink anything, chew tobacco within the testing area. You have so many minutes to finish this test. You may not take the scratch paper out of the testing area unless you are giving it to the administrator. If you break any of these rules, a plague of locusts will be visited upon your house. You know, that sort of thing. But this guy was very nice, and he explained the rules to me because he had to, but he explained it not like he was reading it from a script, but just like he was explaining the rules to me. And there was one point during the test where I was having a little bit of trouble with the computer, so I raised my hand, because that's what you're supposed to do, and he came over and I explained the problem, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's weird, isn't it?" Apparently this was a problem that they'd had before, and he was very good-natured about it. He fixed the problem for me, and we went on. He was very reassuring, and I appreciated having him for an administrator. But anyway, back to the test. Before the test, you have an option of taking the tutorial so that you know basically what's going to go on. The first part of the tutorial, how to use a mouse. I took the tutorial just for laughs, and it was pretty freaking hilarious. You operate the mouse by moving it around and clicking the buttons. Try now. Click. Good job! And there was one other part of the test that amused me. Before you do the analytical writing section where you have to argue an issue and also analyze an argument, they give you what they expect. And you know, it's typical that you can analyze the argument, that you can use good logic, blah, 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 blah. And then the last thing they put there has to do with grammar. And I like the wording that they use here. The wording they use here is this: that you can control the basic elements of English grammar. Control the elements of English grammar. I like that. All right, let's put this period right here. Hey, semicolon, stop crowding around over there. Get to your place. Hey, you, the apostrophe. That's plural, not possessive. Will you modifiers stop dangling? So overall, it went pretty well, and now it's over, and hopefully I won't have to do that again anytime soon. And with that, I will see you next time, hopefully in warmer weather.